Well, I can say that he's redeemed himself. This is my little exciting but extremely boring news.
All right.
Is that last night I said to him, he was borrowing my headphones. I said, "Oh, just remember I need my aux for tomorrow, because I'm doing the podcast." And then he smiles. I'm like, "Oh, what's this about?" And someone's like really proud of themselves, and
Yeah.
he whacks out this Amazon package, and he goes, "This was £15." um, as long as I don't break the lead, like there should be no problems.
What he's done here is he's made sure that if there's a problem now, that's on you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Clever guy.
But the only thing that scares me, he goes, "Oh, I will need it when I'm recording people." And I'm like, well, as long
Oh
as that's
Lord.
not on a Sunday. And I'm thinking, yeah,
Why
well, he's
doesn't
gonna
he just
take
buy
it,
a
and then
second one?
because it's £15,
If he
Chris.
just like, come on, this could be a business expense of another £15, and it could solve literally all of the problems.
I know. I should just buy one separately. I don't. The thing is,
I will literally buy him one if it ends to.
he's got enough in the. This is the thing that gets me. He's got like two in the studio, so he's got one for like a client and for him. I think he
Right.
means
Well,
like if he
tell him
has.
he's not having it. Tell him he's got one, and he'll have to make do. And
He's
if he
got
can't
one.
find it, then he better get on Amazon Prime.
Honestly, yeah, just one of those things. But it should be a bit of a bit of a game changer for me. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. When did
Hi.
the last episode air? Was it? It
A
wasn't
while
last.
ago. Well,
Yeah,
it aired a little while ago. We recorded it a little while before
3.
that.
Yeah.
So for us, it's like, I don't know.
Is
It's
this
been
is
84 years or whatever that meme is.
I think this is the longest break we've had. I think.
Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah, it
I
was
hated it.
weird.
Let's never do it again.
No, let's not. I say that, and then it's gonna be like next week. We're like, oh, guys, life got in the way.
I got depressed again.
Big surprise.
Big wow, I'm depressed again. Oops. Let's be clear, if anyone is feeling like they're struggling at the moment, you can get in touch with us. And we will talk to you about it, because even though I do like to, what's the word I'm looking for? I like to take the piss out of my own issues in life.
Doesn't mean I'm going to take the piss out of your depression.
you can rip into my depression. She's had to deal with it for long enough that it's like a coping mechanism that we both have to do, you know? I have to joke about it to get through the day. Other people have to joke about it to accept the idea that I might not be a complete fucking idiot. I think it's just how it's got to be.
Yeah, that sounds perfecto. I just think,
But,
I think.
go on, I interrupted you.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think best friends who are both mentally unstable make the best friendships. I'm just saying.
It's very true. If you're mentally unstable, don't fuck about with these kind of, people who have got it all together in life.
Happy.
Just find all of mentally insecure people of the world. Let's unite. Let's stand together in the face of these normals, and we're going to take the power back.
I laughed a bit hard when you said mentally challenged, but
I
I'm
know.
allowed to because I have a learning disability.
I am
okay.
mentally challenged, but that's just my inability to get more than a word. Like, this is the thing I've noticed, and I hate it. I really hate it about myself. Is that I think my brain is either too fast or too slow for my mouth. So, like, when I'm saying a sentence, there'll be a point where I'll stop and have to be like, and then I get back into it. And it's either because my brain has gone so far ahead in the sentence that I need to, like, rein it back in. Or, alternatively, my brain is not far enough into the sentence. And so I'm like, brain power, please, let's go. Okay, cool. So I've really got issues when it comes to... I'm in many ways, I am the worst person to do a podcast.
I feel like I am too, because I always question... Oh, God, I'm going to set myself up now.
No, you will not. Not today. I refuse.
It's when, if you've watched some of the earlier episodes where I'll say a sentence and I'll be like, is that grammatically correct? Was that a word? Did I just make up a word? Was that the correct tense? And there's like a billion things going through. And I'm like, am I just stupid? Like, just...
The worst thing is you're not, like, 90% of the time I'd say you're right, or if you're not right, I at least know what you mean, so I'm not willing to, like,
But I
dig
upset
into it too
myself.
much. But then
I
you
don't
get
want...
yourself into it, and then I can't help but not think about it, and then it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. Really, I need to be the bigger person and keep it moving. But then when you get bogged down in it, I just see an opportunity to... probably to take the piss, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Random one. So I never used to watch... I watched Big Bang Theory when I was younger, and then when I realised it was really problematic for so many reasons, I stopped watching it.
Struggle is
And
real.
then I was like... So Piers does watch Big Bang Theory. I kind of pointed out, I was like, you know, this is a terrible program, right? And then he was like, oh yeah, it is. But I ended up just having it on in the background. You know when you just need noise and you just put something
Oh yeah,
on?
no,
I was
always.
like, well, I know it's problematic, so it's fine, it's justifiable. And then I was thinking, I relate a little bit too hard to Sheldon on some situations, like, and then you're like, oh dear. It was like when I messaged you earlier, I start getting paranoid because I'm like, was that really blunt? I know with you it's not a big problem because you know that I don't mean to be if I am. But sometimes I have to check myself, especially since lockdown. I've been in a situation where everyone is used to my bluntness. So then when I meet new people, I'm like brain function, make sure I don't offend everyone I speak to.
I have this problem where I like it really sometimes for some reason when I'm writing a message I'm like, you know what this could do with? Punctuation. Punctuation would save this message. And then I think, well, here's the problem. Even though a full stop here would serve me very well in being able to separate the two sentences I'm saying, if I put a full stop here, they will think that I hate them.
Yeah, what is
Therefore,
that
the only
about?
solution is for me to send multiple messages with
Yeah,
the new message acting as
yeah,
a full stop, because sending a full stop will make them think this guy fucking hates me, which is not true. It's not. But we're now stuck in this world because we've all managed to accidentally decide, or maybe intentionally, I don't know. We've basically all managed to decide that punctuation equals either weird or pissed off.
yeah, it's so backwards. And then if someone sends you a Facebook messages where they use paragraphs and stuff, it's a bit like, whoa, what's going on here? But I like it when people do that because I'm like, oh, okay, well, at least I know how to reply to you. I actually sent Piers a message. I think I needed him to check a date or something in the calendar, and I used a full stop. And then I thought, oh, he's gonna think I'm pissy with him. So then I put a kiss after the full stop, and then he sent me a message back with no punctuation, no kiss, no full stop, and I was like, is he pissed with me? Like what? And this is someone I've lived with for like 3 years.
Oh,
2
sweet
years, I
lord.
don't know. 3 years? Don't know. But
It's
yeah,
a tough
no.
world. It's a tough world. I think maybe we need to talk more about this one day, just to like, I don't know, there's things like this in the world where you're like, we do this, but this is undeniably worse. Like, I would rather send someone a long message rather than a number of small messages, because the thing with small messages is you never
Yeah.
know when the other person's finished. So you start replying, and
Oh
then you're
yeah, and
doing
then
that
it's
thing where
bouncing back and forth. Yeah.
and it becomes a whole mess. But if I
Oh,
send a
you did
long
that
message,
thing.
then it's gonna like cause its own problems. I'm like, oh, there's no way to win.
You did that thing that I fucking hate.
Oh
This
shit.
morning, you unsent a message.
Hmm.
That gives me so much paranoia.
I hated myself for it if it helps. It's
What
because
did
I'd
you
said
even
something and you'd kind of like,
answer the question?
yeah, and I was like, oh, I don't want to confuse you, because I was like, this just confuses things. So I
Yeah.
was like, what was it you said? Oh, you said, I said, are you free this afternoon? I used an exclamation mark rather than a question mark, which is interesting. And you said, "Oh, I'm tutoring later." So I started replying, "Oh, that's okay. Well, I'm not working this week, so we could do it in the week." Then you said, "I might be able to record," and I was like, "Oh, well, that's better than what I said. Unsend." But then
got
I thought,
you.
well, when someone does that to me, it makes me shit myself.
Yeah, and the thing is, because I wasn't sure if I'd been blunt with you in the messages
Yeah, no,
before, I
I
was
could tell.
then.
I was like, I've made a problem here where there was no problem.
And the
I was
thing is,
like,
like, because
I
you.
saw you pause. You stopped messaging from it. I was like, fine, delete
Oh,
myself.
yeah.
I wanted to
The,
unsend myself. I was like, where's
the
my own
context.
unsend button?
The context was that I'd ended up chatting to Steve uh just about a few things, and he was on like a mad one, and I was trying to reply to you while like pretending to know what he was on
Been there,
about.
done that. What a mess.
Um, and then I thought, oh fuck, I bet I've like messaged. I realized one of the messages I sent was slightly confusing. It was like sort of suggesting that I couldn't do today, but then I could do it.
Yeah, I
Um,
reckon that was the point where I unsent my message.
yeah, and I was the thing. What I was trying to get across was like I'm tutoring at 5, but I
Mm,
need like about an hour before that so I can do to like 4.
mm,
Um, and worst case scenario, I wouldn't be able to send the files today.
mm.
I'd have to send them later or tomorrow, which isn't really a big deal now that we've set
Communication
up.
is hard, isn't it?
It's difficult. It's
Communication.
difficult.
I'll tell
I
you what.
feel
There's one
like
more thing I have to complain about actually,
uh-oh.
and it's very simple.
Oh, the kisses.
Facebook Messenger. No,
Oh no.
whoa, no. I'm alright with kisses. People think I hate them, but no. My problem is, and it's kind of it's multiple issues, but let's. So there's a couple of people I send like voice messages to.
Oh,
Some people have to deal
saucy.
with. Move faster. No, don't get bogged down. Where
Did you
and
just say
like
move faster?
no, move past it.
I thought you were
I
like
was
Lord,
like,
not Lord of the Rings, Lion
no, no,
King.
no, 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 no,
Mufasa.
no. That I have never Well, that's not true. I think I've probably said Hakuna Matata several times in conversation. But anyway, look.
Sorry.
So I send people and it like some people have to deal with stupidly long messages. Like
Yeah.
if you leave me Chris unfiltered is like a 20-minute voice message. It's a nightmare. No one wants that in their life. It's like, you know how our calls, it could start as just a quick thing, and then an hour later we're still on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. But, and
Brilliant.
here's the thing, that aside, I mean, that's Facebook Messenger. Why is it that you are forced to send a series of 1-minute voice messages and no more?
Oh my god, why
What the
have they
fuck
not
is
sorted
that?
that? And like you can only send up to like 25 megabytes or some shit
Exactly.
like that.
What's
How?
WhatsApp's managed it, and that's literally Facebook.
Yeah. I don't.
I just want to be able to hit the
And I.
record button and talk and not have to worry about the fact that in a minute's time it's going to cut off, but you're not going to be sure when it's cut off, so then you'll be like, oh, sorry, it cut off.
And it could always do the thing that Snapchat does, which is like my sisters use Snapchat because they're young and youthful. But what happens with that is when you hold onto the voice note, when it's run out of that one voice note, it continues on to the next one. So you click it in like certain segments, which is fine. It could do that. Worst case scenario, like send it in multiple ones, but let you continually speak because then
I'm just like,
then
you
you
don't
have to listen to
do
your
that.
own voice message to see where you got up to.
Yeah. I'm just like, you don't have to do that. You can just let me record the full message that I want to. Like, WhatsApp even does the thing where you can, like, lock it. So, like, you do it, you lock it in so you can just talk, and at the end you just press stop. Whereas Facebook, it's like, if I let go of this button, it's all going to go wrong.
Oh,
if I let go
yeah.
of this button. So, what I'm saying is, Facebook Messenger is the bane of my existence. And Zuckerberg, if you're listening, I don't know if you are, I doubt it. But if you are listening, sort your fucking shit. And while you're at it, deal with literally every other problem that Facebook has. Thanks. Fucking idiot.
Brilliant.
Oh, I feel better now.
I'm
Now.
glad.
I feel lighter. Should we talk about the thing?
The thing. What
The
thing?
thing.
If
So
you follow
a
us
few
on
weeks ago.
Instagram, oh,
Sorry, say that
you
again.
go. I was gonna do a little introduction. I was gonna set you up, but you go for it.
No.
You go for
Well,
it.
no, I feel like I want to hear your introduction now. Go for it.
I was just gonna say, if you follow us on Instagram,
Yeah,
then you know what we're
yeah.
about to talk about. That is
You know the
essentially what I was
babe.
gonna say. I was just setting you up,
You know the
basically, but
desperation that we've been going for. Okay, so I had this idea a few weeks ago. Back when I was like, oh, we'll record the podcast soon.
when you weren't
And then,
depressed, Woo.
got
Well,
depressed.
less depressed.
Lol. Well, and also other things. And I was like, you know what was fun before is when we did the survey thing.
Oh, that
I
was fun.
enjoyed that because it's complete like just bullshit thing. Everyone thought that I was like sat here. Everyone probably thinks I'm sat here like Mark Zuckerberg, like, oh yes, the data, yes, yes, this is how I'll get them to vote for my things. Actual fact, no, that's not true. I really couldn't care less. I just find it entertaining to ask people stupid questions and see what the answer could be. Um, and so I thought, let's do it again. It's a nice, chill kind of thing to do, especially when the world is. I don't
A
know
shit
what you
show.
would say about the world right now. It's a complete fucking disaster, really, isn't it? Like nothing is really nice in the world right now. I don't want to be too dark, but like it's a pretty shitty place.
It's very anxiety provoking.
Yeah, if you're someone who has anxiety or any of these things, and even if you don't, right now the way the world is, it can just make you feel like ah, you know, like it's not a fun one. So I was like, we need to just let's do something that isn't serious for a week,
Yeah.
and in the meantime, it gives us time to digest more what's going on. It's like 5 minute like detox. So I was like, let's do it again. Let's do the damn survey thing again. So I put together some dumb questions that had been in my head. These questions that I ask people, they come into my head far too often, and I'm just like, I'll just ask people. Let's see what they say. Um, and I did it. I sent it to Kat, and Kat was like, I can't remember what you said. But I think you was like brilliant or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, nice, nailed it.
You did a good job.
So yeah, we did it, and I now the results are in. Okay, 41 people indulged me.
41. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I know, it's good, it's good. I'm happy. I'm happy with the responses were good. I mean, there's a question which I want to dig into a little bit because some of you are shitters, quite honestly. I don't like what you've done here, and we're going to talk about it, and I'm gonna have
The
to.
smart asses of the world.
Yeah, you're all fuckers, but otherwise, let's kick the bad boy off. So, first of all, let me tell you about who did the survey. Okay, so I'm okay. So I'm having to put some in a group here. People collectively from the UK. There was like 23. So like just over half, but not. We got outside of the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, I am including some results in the UK, such as Poop Kingdom and Plague Island, both of which I've decided are the UK.
Okay.
I think that's fair to assume that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It seems logical that Poop Kingdom would refer to the UK.
Yeah.
Plague Island. I often think of Boris Johnson as being a plague on my existence, so
Yeah.
it seemed like it worked quite well. But we got some other people in there. So you got 2 people from Romania, one from Switzerland, 2 from Germany, 2 from Denmark,
Do you
one
know
from
these people? How
Finland,
are
two
these your
from Canada,
streamers?
5 from America, 1 from India, 1 from New Zealand.
Oh,
I think
cute.
I know some of them. I know a lot. I mean, I think most of the ones outside the UK, I could probably tell you who they are.
Yeah.
Although, and I can't stress this enough, I haven't attached who. I mean, I could, if I wanted to know, I could sit here and go through question by question and go, ah, yes, this person from Switzerland answered like this. But again, and I really, really can't stress this enough to you, I don't care what anyone said individually, apart from one question where I will have to kill people.
Brilliant.
But we'll get to that.
What was I going to ask
So
you?
yeah, streamer friends are great friends. Yeah,
Sorry.
so well,
Back
no,
to
so
the
I managed to
form.
basically, I think a combination of Instagram, people who come to my streams, people on Twitter. I just managed to like bully enough people into helping me with something dumb. And so to all of those people, if you're listening, thanks. I love you. You're great. Thanks for the support.
We're good people.
Question 1 was when you wash your hair, do you lean forwards
Yeah.
or lean backwards? Kat, what's your thoughts on this?
I've done both.
Yeah.
But I would typically, because I wash my hair in the bath,
Mm.
I would say backwards.
Okay. So this came about because I was looking at it, and then it was I was on like Reddit or something, and someone asked this question. They're like, "Do you lean forwards or backwards?" And I was like, "Don't we all lean backwards? Surely it makes more sense to lean back."
I think if you don't want to get your face
Well,
wet,
this was the thing.
forwards is
So
probably...
I did this thing the other day where I was like, I felt like I needed to wash my hair, but like, I didn't need to shower. Like,
Right. Oh, so you dunked your head over the
and I was like, I
tap
need to like, I'm like clean, but I also want to
and
wash my hair. I don't know why. I just had it in my head that I wanted to wash my hair. I think I was having a breakdown. I was like, I
Sounds
need to
about
wash
right.
my hair specifically, and I was like, well, hang on. What if because like we have like a shower, like shower, but also like like with like taps or something, like bathroom taps, and you can like
Detach them.
yeah, you have like the shower. You can have like a shower attachment to it almost like
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
a
you know, yeah,
hose.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll do that, and I was like, let's try doing it. This is the thrill ride that my life is.
Oh,
Let's try
God.
doing it, leaning like so, just like face like almost facing into the bathtub and just like washing it
Yeah.
forward. Because in my mind, I was always like, if you do that, your eyes are gonna get full of like shampoo and conditioner, and then you're gonna be there like blind afterwards, like ah.
Yeah.
And it went all right. It was all right. It actually was fine. Didn't
Huh.
didn't didn't have any of the problems I thought I would have. Um, and I was like, this is a game changer. Really, this has changed everything. So now I think I could do both. And I'm like,
Oh, check you out.
before I always was just like, anyone who leans forward must be completely fucking weird. And now I'm like, maybe you guys are alright. Maybe you
You've
guys are
got me
alright. But
thinking about
anyway,
this way too much.
I know. Well, like I said, my brain's a weird place. But anyway, so apparently 24 people, which is 58.5%, lean backwards.
Is
But
that
that
it?
still means that 17 people are leaning forwards. It was like a lot more split than I thought it was going to. I thought everyone was going to be like, obviously you lean backwards, you fucking idiots. I thought that we'd all decided that was how to do it. And no, apparently it's a lot closer than I thought it was. It was just a weird moment. I was like, you know, when you like, because you do things, yeah, you know, where
You
we all
don't
do
even
things a certain
question.
way, and you
Yeah.
assume that everyone else must just do it that way
Yeah.
because it's just like, oh, that's just the right way to do so. It's like when you live with someone who you've not like, you know, like when you like you go to uni and things, and you
Oh
see
my
the way that
God.
other people
Yeah.
clean or wash up or do anything, and you're like, what's wrong with you? Why?
I have that with Piers every day of my life, honestly.
Yeah,
Like he has a thing about washing up cutlery. Like I understand washing up cutlery just sucks. Like everyone hates it,
yeah, no,
but
it's awful. I mean,
he'll
washing up
fill
generally
the
sucks. It's got to be done,
yeah.
but I hate it.
He'll if he's like got like a dirty plate, you know, he's had dinner or something. He'll put the cutlery in the sink and then put the plate on the side. But then what happens is you get all of the cutlery in the sink, and the thing is, I always wash the cutlery last. I've now
Oh,
started washing the cutlery first because I've thought about it and I thought, well, I it it takes the longest. Oh, basically, when I moved from uni, I had my cutlery, Piers had his cutlery, and
mm.
then his grandfather died, so then we ended up with his
More
mum's
cutlery.
cutlery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we were gonna sort through it, but we never got round to it, and now I can't be bothered to separate the different types. So we've just got three. We've got a lot of cutlery,
Nice,
and
nice.
instead
Party at
of
yours then.
rinsing it, exactly. But instead of like washing it, like Piers will just like instead if he's like buttered his toast, he then
Mm.
won't just like rinse the knife. He'll then put that in the sink and then get a new one for whatever else. So we end up with a shit ton of cutlery, and it'll all just be in the sink, and that literally freaks my. I don't know why it freaks me out. I have to have everything separate, and I'll do everything in section. It's stuff like that, isn't it? It's just like.
See, this is
It
interesting.
doesn't bother
This is actually
him.
a thing because I would always do cutlery like first, I think, just because I'm
Yeah,
like I go in like order of like almost like small to big, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
on the
no, that
one
makes
hand,
sense.
like cutlery goes, like in some cases in your mouth, and so, like whatever. So like,
You
but
want
also
it.
it's small, so then but like, so I do that. But also my problem is, and my sister hates it. She absolutely hates it. If there's something that's like, what's a good example? Okay, the other day I had like rice pudding, right? I
Oh,
had rice
yeah.
pudding. It was quite nice, and I had it like I did it in the microwave, so I like warmed it up, and I was like, okay, I need to put it into a bowl because obviously you can't just put the can into the
Yeah.
microwave. So it's fine. Did that. And then afterwards I finished, and I was like, I didn't take it downstairs straight away because I was working on something. So I was like, okay, fine. I took it down like an hour later, and I was like,
Yeah.
we have a problem now. In that if I
I'm gonna
leave this,
soak it.
because I'm not gonna fill up the sink to wash this one thing. I'm gonna leave it on the
Yeah.
side. That's a given. If I just leave it there, when it comes to washing up in whenever that will be, whether that's soon or
It's
tomorrow,
gonna
because
be
it was
rock
like
hard
May.
and crusty.
Yeah. So, you know what I'll do? I'll
Fill it with
soak it.
water. Yeah.
I'll put like a little bit of washing up liquid in there, fill it up with water, and
Yeah.
then leave it there. My sister hates it.
Some people really freak by that
She
that
hates it.
stuff.
She's like, "Why are
Yeah.
you filling everything with water all the time?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I'm letting it soak because this is how it will soften it. It will make it easier to wash up later. If like you just do that now, and like pans and things. If you like cooks like in like a tomato sauce or something, and at the end
Yeah.
of it, you're like, if you leave this for it, like even if you leave it just while you're eating, you're gonna come back to it and be like, this is crusty and stuck, and it's a nightmare. So I soak it. She hates it. Can't stand. Sometimes I will do. Okay, sometimes I'll do it in the sink. I'll like put it into the sink and like leave it in there because I'm like, well, let's
Yeah,
take it
I
out. Thing.
see. That's where I cross the line because I
She,
can't.
I've crossed the
And
line
that,
with you again.
yeah, because the thing is, then you have to pick up this filled bowl of shit, take it out of the sink to then fill the sink up, or if you like tip the gunky water and you know what I mean. Like, I just hate if I'm going to wash up. I start with an empty sink. I hate filling the.
Oh,
like,
that's the thing. When I come to it, I'm like, the first thing I'll do is take that thing that I put in the sink back out of the sink.
But then it's
I'm like,
and that's and then it
and
also
I can understand
distracts
how
from.
like it's like, why have you done that? Now you just made it worse.
Well, I think like I think I'm not trying to pick on Piers here, but it's difficult because he's the person I live with. I think in his brain, if he puts it in the sink, then there's less washing up. It visually, there's not as much stuff to wash up.
Oh yeah, it
it's
is
not
horrible
on the
when
side.
you get in there and you see a shit ton of washing up, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, and another thing I hate is like so we don't have a dishwasher. We wash everything by hand, and
Same.
but eventually your glasses get like if you have they get like scuddy because they haven't had that like I don't know high temperature or whatever. They just get a bit, and if I can see the like scuddiness, it makes the drink taste like shit, even though it doesn't taste like shit.
No, it's like psychological,
Mentally,
isn't it?
I've decided that it's a dirty glass, even if it's clean and been washed. If it's got that like look to it.
Oh yeah, if I like so that after we've washed them, if I like pick it up and I look at it, I'm like, that's disgusting. It's like quality control. Like I listen, I'm like, nope, back on the
Yeah.
like I'm like another pass, another run through, and I like do it specifically for the glasses. So everyone be like, right, clean water, hot water, like we'll do it now and like properly just do it, and it'll be fine afterwards. And you're like, this takes so much longer, but I'm with you. It does like. There's something about it. Like it's like mugs as well, right? Like for someone who drinks a lot of tea, I try and like
reuse the same mug for one day.
I'll try and reuse the same mug for one day, but also at the end of that day, because I've reused the same mug, I'm like, right, I need to wash it properly because I don't want it to be stained. Like I just there's something about like when it's all like stained badly. I'm like, no, it doesn't have to be like
Of course,
this.
yeah.
If you wash it properly, it's alright. So I'm like that, but there's some mugs that like for whatever reason, they seem to attract it more. Or like,
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
and they like, you just look at it and you're like, I hate this. And I'll sit there and I'll be like, no, 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 no. This is not how this is meant to look. This can be clean. And it's something
Yeah.
about, like, I can't, it just meant to, there's something psychologically within me where I see, like, the brown stain. And I'm like, this is because you have filled this with tea every few hours for,
Yeah.
repeatedly.
But it makes you think about what
It's
it does
going
to your
to
teeth.
happen. But I hate it.
Yeah. Actually, that's funny because I'll give the video watchers a little flash of my fancy mugs. I've got
Oh.
2 of these that I got for Christmas from my Uncle Jeff, and they're Alex Clark. He buys everything he buys is fancy, so I'm guessing it's a fancy brand. I don't know, but I was making sure like they were like for special occasions. I barely drink hot drinks. I've started to more recently, but I'm really precious about these mugs, and I noticed indigestion, man. I noticed they
When it
started
gets
getting
you, that's
scuddy
horrible, the indigestion.
halfway through a sentence as well, and it's like I don't need to burp, but there's like something in my throat. But yeah, with the mugs, I noticed they started at the bottom getting like the brown circle, the famous brown circle, and I was like, no, I'm not having this. I'm gonna bleach them.
Oh my god, you actually bleached them.
I fucking bleached, yeah, and I just with a tiny bit. I didn't
Of course, yeah.
I didn't want to like fuck it up, so
Yeah.
I filled the
Plus,
sink.
you don't want to accidentally drink bleach later on.
Well, this was the thing. I shit myself and I thought I wanted to see if it would work with the glasses that had gone a bit scuddy.
Oh,
so
God.
I filled the sink with bleach, like just a little bit of bleach and water. And then I heard Piers come in, and I because I'd done this in a day and he was working. And then I suddenly, because he wouldn't have thought, oh yeah, I'll rinse this out. I had this image of him just getting it and filling it with coffee. I like ran. I was like, don't do this. Like, what? And it was fine. I think he was getting a sandwich or something. But I was like, that's bleach. Don't touch. Don't go near the sink. And it was all fine, and the mugs came out fine, but I got so scared that I was going to bleach Piers.
My mum does the thing where she even if it's only her in the house, I think the idea that we might come back and do it, so she always puts like a note there, it's just like, bleach in sink, and it's like, understood, thank you. I mean, normally the smell gives it away, because like, you can smell it and you're like, bleach.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really sensitive to, like, smell of, like, bleach and things for some reason. But, like, it's nice. It's like one of those things, like, those gestures where it's like, you come in, you see it, and you're like, well, I wasn't going to put my hand in it, but now I definitely won't.
Have you ever used Oven Pride? I know this is, like, a slight...
Yes, in the box, right? And you have to, like, take it, and then you got the bag and stuff, and you got the, yeah.
Yeah, right. The gloves that they give you, they are not good enough. Like,
They're
I've
fucking
obviously
awful.
they're terrible. I double gloved last time. I put the Marigolds or like.
Oh, I bought Marigolds just for the purpose of using that.
Marigolds. Why did I say Marigold?
No, don't do this. I was willing to let it go. I'm
just laughing at myself. I think I was thinking of like Marylebone, and I like
I do. I could sense you like. You'd accidentally mix 2 words. I was like, no, marigolds. It's fine. Move on.
Marigold. Well, the thing is, I use the knockoff, so I just anyway. Rubber fucking.
Maybe they are called marigolds now.
Maybe. But yeah, so I put because the ones they give you are massive. I then put the cheap, like the ones that they give you, on top of that, so it doesn't go on your sleeves or anything like that. But I had this. This is like TMI, and like I'm apologising in advance, but it's kind of funny at my expense.
Note to myself, if you want to edit this out, go for it. Enjoy it.
I was cleaning the barbecue, and I thought, I'll use the Oven Pride because it works so well on the oven. Surely it'll be great for the barbecue. It was when we first bought it, and
yeah, of course.
it was second hand, blah blah blah. I thought I'd use it. Anyway, quite top heavy, as some people have already noted on this podcast. And somehow, right, I didn't dip my tit in the chemicals. Let's just say that I didn't. But somehow, I guess because of the chemicals being in close proximity and me wearing a thin t-shirt, my nipples started burning. Just one. Honestly, it was like someone had put a lighter on my tit. It was like so bad. And what I couldn't understand is my top wasn't bleached, like nothing. There was no chemicals on the top, so it had just like burnt me. I'd got a chemical burn from just being near it, which it was awful. And it wasn't just like a couple of hours of pain. It was like 3 days of ow, this fucking hurts. I've chemical burned my tit.
You oven prided your tits.
I unprided, yeah. Oh god.
Oh my god.
I really hope future employers don't watch this episode now thinking about it. It's not like, I'm not embarrassed, I'm warning you. This is a warning. If you're going to use oven pride, wear thick clothes and don't get your nipples anywhere near it because it fucking burns.
When you said top heavy, I was like, okay, where's this going? And then
I just dip my tit. Was that where it just...
If you have ever chemical burned your tits, obviously I can only apologise. If you're listening to this,
I feel like it would happen with guys as well, or
well, I never
or
oven prided my own tits. I'll have you know that much.
But I don't understand because it wasn't like I had the chemical on my top. Like it's just because I was obviously in close proximity. Like I don't know. Yeah, wear a jumper. Honestly,
Feel free
it's
to
not
message
worth
Kat
it.
if you want to talk about this. If you have suffered oven pride
And
to
it was
the tits,
just one nipple as well. It wasn't both.
one,
So
just the
it
one
makes-
nip.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's fucking weird. And it was definitely the oven pride because when I got a bit on my skin, it was the same feeling, but obviously worse when it was on my nipple.
Like, if you've
Sorry.
had this problem too and you want to discuss with someone who'll be understanding, message Kat. If you'd like me to record myself laughing, message me.
I feel like we should move on to the next part so I can get over the fact I've just publicly announced that.
Okay.
That I chemically
Let's do
burned
it.
my nipple.
Alright. I told people, no cheating. Tell me the first English word you can think of that starts with the letter X. Kat, what was the word you thought of?
X-ray.
You thought X-ray. Okay. So, 24 people
Xylophone.
thought... Xylophone.
There you go. That's how simple my brain is. It's just what you learn in nursery, don't you? Like,
Right?
X for X-ray,
I was thinking about it.
X for xylophone. That's like
Initially, I wanted to say Z because, like, if I said Z, like 100% of
Zebra.
people would surely say zebra. Like, I just accepted that.
But I don't know why. It just it's something. I guess it's the way you learn the alphabet or some shit.
That's the thing. I was genuinely wondering where if I went through and like,
Zebra.
so like A, for example, what would you go for A?
Apple.
Apple. There you go. You see, like it's just one of those things. That, like,
Am I that basic?
they're so like connected because it's just one of those things you learn going through the alphabet. So I was like, it's gonna be xylophone or X-ray. So 24 people said xylophone, and another 4 people said X-ray. So that's like, let's do some quick maths here. 68.3% of people said either xylophone or X-ray, which is a really good sign. I mean, some other people said xenophobe, which, to be honest, I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, balls. Like, this is a dark time for us in the UK. But there's, we had some other ones. Some people said, well, okay, one person said X, not as in the letter X, as in ex-partner, which, and I can't stress this enough,
confusing.
Clearly starts with the letter E.
Yeah.
As, like, that's not me. You've written it with an E at the start.
Is this someone we know?
I don't know. I don't know who said that. But I just want to be clear. You've literally put
Maybe.
E-X.
Hopefully they were being sarcastic. I can imagine Max, like my Max, putting something like that.
I can imagine lots of people doing it and being sarcastic with me. But I definitely saw it and I was like, that's clearly an E. Some other people have come in with interesting answers. One person said X Factor.
Oh, that's depressing.
Alright. 2 people said Xanax.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I know, I
Were
know.
they Americans? Like, Xanax, like, that screams like American Billie Eilish. I swear everyone's on Xanax.
I was
Xanax.
just
What is
very
Xanax
concerned.
like the equivalent to like sertraline or something?
I
Or
don't.
is it like Prozac? Like,
Prozac, I think, is sertraline. Is like, are like the same. I think. Xanax is. I
oh, I
don't know.
spelled Xanax wrong. That's embarrassing. You
While
wouldn't
you're
have
looking
known
for
it.
that, I'll give you some other ones. One person said Xmas. I was like,
Oh, okay.
okay, fair, fair. I'll grant you that one.
Oh, it's a
Someone said
benzo.
xylem, and the only reason I was like, that's something biological, but I don't know what it is necessarily. Um, I'm just aware that it's something to do with biology. So thanks. What else did we get here? Did I count xenophobia and xenophobe? I don't know. Someone said xenophobia. Um, xenon, which I'm pretty sure is a gas. There's some very clever people who did this. Honestly. Um, Xena the warrior princess. Did I say Xbox? If I didn't, Xbox is in there. Um, it's there's a real range of answers, to be honest, that really made me go, oh, all right,
So
interesting.
with Xanax, it's a benzo, so it's probably the ones that I know recognize on this is diazepam, which is Valium, and
Oh, okay,
lorazepam, which is Ativan. I don't
yeah,
know. So yeah, that I don't. It's probably not. Don't know. Not that. I'm not gonna pretend to be
fair
like, oh
enough.
yeah, it's very similar to this drug. Like that's yeah.
I don't really
Sorry.
know what to say to that, but yeah. So basically, it's hard to tell. I mean, I'll be interested. I might do like a thing and just separate out English speakers from non-English speakers, or like non
Yeah.
native
Well,
English speakers, if that
yeah.
makes sense. Because I'd be interested to see whether it's like one of those things that people who English is their first language said xylophone, and whether
Yeah.
like or X-ray. I'd be interested. I'd be interested to see it because I think that could be maybe that's the difference.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the difference. But
That would make sense.
anyway, next one was oh. You have to eat a bar of chocolate. You always have to word questions like this to stop people giving you bullshit answers. So you have to eat a bar of chocolate. What flavor will it be? And I said milk, dark, or white. Which one do you think was the most popular?
Well, you'd assume milk because that's
Mm-hmm.
the most common
Mm-hmm.
chocolate. But
Yeah,
personally, I'd
80% of
probably
people
say
went
white.
milk.
I bet it's the healthy bastards that say dark.
7 people said dark, and I respect the one person who
Only
said
one person
white.
put white. I would pick white.
I was like, fair play to you. You know what? Everyone always tells you that white is like
The
not the one.
worst.
They're like, oh, white chocolate's not
Well, it's
even
not.
healthy.
It's not really chocolate. I don't think. 'Cause it's
No,
not got like cocoa beans in. I don't, or like a very small percentage. Because the only thing I would say with white chocolate is if your dog eats it, you're safer. If they have the dark chocolate, they're pretty fucked.
there
Um,
you go.
I know this from
From
personally.
experience, yes, I was gonna say. I feel like there's a story there, really.
Although the dog's never eaten white chocolate, so
Well,
might
let's
say
let's keep
something
it
about
that
their
way.
taste. Yeah.
No, I thought it was like I was like that one person. I was like, whoever you are, that was you. Fair play for doing that. Again, I don't know who you are. I don't. I really don't know who you are, but I respect it. I respect your like ability to just say that. I'm with you. I think there. This is the thing, right? I have a sweet tooth. I have a sweet
Oh
tooth. I'm
yeah,
not. I'm
boy.
not ashamed to admit that. I like sugar in my tea. I like. I like sweet things generally. So generally, like if you offered it to me, I'm like, yeah, I'll go for the milk chocolate because I want that sweetness and that. Now I know that there are people out there who just don't necessarily like sweet things, and for them, dark chocolate is better. I
I
can't
think
really
that's what the
relate to people who
nans
are
have.
like, they have like a bar of chocolate and they're like, I'll just have one square today.
Fuck off. Yeah,
I'm like,
no.
fuck off! Take that bar out and take a chunk off, you idiot. What is this? I'll just take a square off and I'll put it in my mouth and let it dissolve. No! No, you will not. You will take a chunk of that, you will eat it, and you will think, oh my god, what have I done? And you will continue doing it until you can feel your blood sugar levels reaching dangerous peaks. Right now.
See, I'm gonna upset people in saying this, but like, I'm not a massive chocolate person. However, if I am eating chocolate, I will eat, like, you know, the whole bar.
You're gonna go for it, right? You're not gonna fuck about with this whole, like, oh, I'll just take a corner off and I'll eat that. No! I wanna see you, like, really having messed up and put too much in your mouth, you know? Do you wanna be like, oh shit, I should not have had that much chocolate. Sorry to get all aggressive about it, I just, I feel strongly about it.
Oh, also, how do you feel about chocolate in the fridge?
What do you mean? As in, do I think that it should be in the fridge, or?
Like, yeah, if you have chocolate, would you
I've
put it in the
chocolate
fridge?
in the fridge when it's like, I think it's one of those things where, like, you know, like an Easter egg or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm one of like, an Easter egg is this is where I'll allow people who are like, just a corner. I'll allow them to get like, that you can eat a whole Easter egg in one go.
It's a commitment.
But it's really a commitment, and you have to wonder whether or not you want to feel ill. You know, that might be too much far the other way. So I'll have it, and then I'll like, when you got to the point where you're like, that's enough now. That's enough. I'll like put it into the fridge because I'm like,
that makes sense.
It's possibly been in my hands, or like not in my hands, but like if it's in the foil and then if I'm holding the foil in my hand, whatever, like,
oh, it's gonna get warm.
And they're like, this is going to melt a little bit.
I get you.
In those situations, I'll put it in the fridge. Or like if it's summer or something, and it's really hot, then I might put it in the fridge. Otherwise, I CBA.
I always put mine in the fridge. I don't know. It's people say
I'm not against it.
Chocolate is like the fact that it's at room temperature and it melts in your mouth. People say that's like the science behind it. Like, that's why people enjoy it. And for me, I like it cold. But then people say it doesn't taste right when it's come out the.
Here's the thing.
People.
I have long since decided that the way that people say, "Oh, the science says this," they're probably the same people who are out there saying you should only have a square of dark chocolate a day. So, you know, fuck you guys. I say enjoy it. Enjoy your fridge chocolate.
I'm glad I've
do it. And, you know, when you eat it, don't just eat a square, you know?
No.
I think we're on the same page on this one. Sorry to anyone out there who's a square eater.
You're a bit square. What?
You are a bit square, yeah. It probably fits who you are. Is that it? Did I go too confrontational?
Maybe, but let's go on to the next question, and then people will forgive me.
I like how you're trying to keep me from getting cancelled. Still, at this point in the podcast, you're still like, let's try and keep him on track. All right. How many browser tabs is too many? I'm going to give you the options.
Oh yeah, I remember this question.
There's 2, 5, 10, or you can never have enough.
I want to say 10 because the thing is, when you're doing university work and you have to cross-reference text, you have to have a lot of tabs open. But there is a point, and you get paranoid. Pierce freaked out at me when he saw how many tabs I had. Not good for the computer, it's slowing it down. I was like, well, you've clearly never done fucking academic writing then, because this is my library. And you get paranoid because I'm not a sensible bitch. I got a bit better at this for my masters, but for the undergrad, I was doing my bibliography. I would like fucking cause so much pain by trying to remember.
You'd do it at the end, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I would go through my history and try and work out where the fuck what's from, and it just...
You forgot what the link was that you used to look at that article. You maybe didn't take as much care writing down the exact title.
Exactly, and it just... it just screwed me up. So, but at that point, sometimes you're like, oh, I'll leave my tab open so that I can put it in my bibliography. But then you're like, oh yeah, I'm not ready to do my bibliography, so you'll just minimize it. But yeah, what?
Well, let's put it like this. So right now I have 16 tabs open.
Oh, Chris.
All of which right now. Okay, so there's like different reasons why I have these tabs open, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in some cases here, these are things that I need to do,
Are these
and it's
browser
like,
tabs or are these
yeah,
like application? Okay, okay.
no,
So,
these are browser tabs. We're coming on to
right.
phone notifications later. That's a different thing, but
Okay.
browser tabs, and I've got it, and it's like things that I need to do something with at some point. They're not like an urgent right now thing. They're like things that I want to do something with,
Yeah.
but I don't really have time to deal with it right now. So like it to me, it's just like having it there is like, hey, I'll come back to this. But if I close the tab and just put it in my favorites or something, it'll go. It'll disappear from my mind.
I
So
get you. I get you.
it's like out of sight, out of mind. So I'm like, no, keep it in sight and therefore in mind. Um, it's just how my brain works. And I'm glad to say that 17 people are with me on that.
Or
They're fine.
unlimited.
They're the anti-peers. They're you can never have enough. Another 11 people said 10, so that's fine. I'm with those people.
Because I think there's a point where it's like unlimited makes it sound like you've got 200 tabs open, and that's too much because your computer's just gonna die, and you can't keep track of what is on each one of those tabs.
No, this is true.
I
This
think
is true.
like maybe 20 is like probably the push, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, put it like this. I can tell you right now that with all of these tabs open, plus the one which I'm using to talk to Cat through, my computer is using. It's got CPU of 5%. It's only using 5% of my CPU,
Oh
and it's only
really?
using what is that? About 6% of my RAM. So like, I'm
Oh
fine.
okay.
I'm doing alright right now.
So you've
Like,
got you've
there's
got a
plenty of
beastie.
space. Like, my computer's not struggling under the weight of these tabs. I don't know if it's so much of a risk as it used to be. But anyway, there are two people who are like, no more than two. And I'm like,
What?
Jesus fucking Christ, what the hell are
You
you
have a
doing? Like,
life.
I'm like,
What?
I have multiple tabs open for like, let's even if I'm just let's say I start from a clean slate, okay. Normally I'm going to be watching or listening to like Twitch or YouTube or something, or like I need some noise. That's a tab.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I normally have like Messenger open there so that I can see messages coming in over round two. Then there's like a tab which I'm using to browse just anything. So we're up to
Yeah.
three already. Which
Even
one am
my
I
nan
losing?
uses more than
What, I should
two.
lose Messenger then, you're saying, yeah? I'm already shit at replying to messages. I can't lose that one. I
Unless this
can't.
is people with like an iPad, a laptop, and like like the Piers Nolans of the world who's got an iWatch, an iPad, an iPhone, and fucking
Yes, yes. I get you, I
Apple
get you.
TV. Oh my God, sorry to keep bringing him up. Oh, sorry, I'm in a relationship.
Oh, you're in a relationship, are you? Oh.
But he would sit there. He's got his Apple Watch on his wrist.
Mm,
He'll have his iPad, which he'll be like doing bits on. His
mm,
phone, his computer, which has like a extended screen, like a like mobile screen that you can pull
mm,
out. That's got its game, but the screen is actually a TV. It's not a monitor. It's
mm,
actually a relatively large TV, and then the TV. And he'll be using all of those devices for like one thing, and he can actually function like that. I look at him, I'm like, what? And he can't function without like a couple of things going on, like in the studio. Unless he's listening to the music that he's working on, he constantly has like a program when he's working. I can't work like that. I literally will get distracted so quickly. I
I
like
think my
will
problem is
sit
that I
in.
get distracted easily, but also I don't know. I feel like I feel like here's my problem. I think my brain is far too prone to telling me horrible, depressing things about myself, unless I
You
can
have to
drown
tune
it
it
out.
out.
I have
I
to
get
be
that.
able to have some noise to drown out the drone of my brain being like, "You're a fucking idiot.
Oh my
You're
God. Yeah,
so
no, that makes
dumb."
sense.
And I'm like, no, just blast some Coldplay into those ears, and I won't be
Well,
able to
that's
hear
gonna
my
make
brain
it
saying
better,
it
isn't it?
over Chris Martin, like telling me, he's like, yeah, but it's different, you know? It's fine, I can separate. It's like
Someone else is
Chris
telling you to
Martin
be
singing about
depressed, it's
heartbreak. I'm
okay.
like, oh, that's sad. I feel sad for you. My brain telling me, you're always going to be alone, is not something I want to deal with at that moment in time, you know? That's a thought for when I'm in bed and the lights are out.
Brilliant.
That's not an afternoon
Brilliant.
thought while I'm trying to do some work.
That's I don't know if
You know,
that's funny or
city.
depressing. Like, yeah, I'm trying to work out if it's funny or depressing.
My
like,
brand of
honestly.
humor is simultaneously funny and depressing. People don't know whether to laugh or not because they're like, "This guy's fucked up," but also that was kind of funny.
It's like, am I
Does it
allowed to
make me a
laugh?
terrible person to laugh?
Yeah, that is. God.
Well, let me
What
hit you
if?
something completely unrelated,
Oh
right?
yeah, go on, hit me.
What feels better, breathing in or breathing out?
I'm asthmatic, so neither. I'm asthmatic with allergies. Like, it's not really. It's not fun.
But let's say you have to pick. But so presumably then you prefer to breathe
In
out because at least
in
then you're not
theory,
taking in
yeah,
any
yeah,
of the
yeah.
bad stuff.
In theory, breathing out, but
All right.
like, also if I don't know if you're wheezing. Oh no, if you're wheezing, yeah, no, I'd say breathing out then is probably more satisfying. Sometimes I don't know if this is if you like probably having a chest infection is the way I could get you to like relate on a level is if you've ever had a chest infection
I
and
have
you
had a chest
breathe
infection, so this is good for me.
okay and you breathe out a little bit too hard and then you
Mm.
start coughing.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why did I breathe out? Like, what
Mm.
was it worth it? And then you just can't get your breath back because you've then started a coughing fit because you breathed out too hard.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if someone says breathing in, breathing out, like you're having a great time with life. So like,
Yeah, I
you know,
mean,
you do you.
fundamentally, you have to do both.
Yeah.
I'm not saying right now that you should only ever do one for the rest of your life, because if you were to do only one of those for the rest of your life, then the good news is your life would be severely limited. Although, I guess that's actually bad news, but, you know.
Thanks.
Yeah, what I'm saying is you've got to do both. I'm just wondering which one physically...
Well, breathing out, because like sometimes when you're really tense and you don't realise it and
Yeah.
you do a big sigh, and
Yeah.
it's like a sigh of relief. You then feel less tense. But I've had it so many times where I'll sigh really badly in front of someone, and then they're like, "Oh, is everything okay?" And I've not realised I've done it, and I'm like,
Mm,
"Yeah." And it's because I've obviously been anxious and held my breath for
mm.
no reason, and then like done a big sigh, so then it feels good.
That's the... Oh, I've done that so many times. They're like holding your breath thing without realising it. It's ridiculous.
Do
I
you do
hate
it when
that.
you're playing cello? Because I do it when I play
Yeah.
violin.
I've come
If I'm
off like playing
concentrating.
cello and then like
Out of
in
breath.
out of breath, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? I wasn't doing anything that bad. And it's because I'm sat there and I'm so tense that I'm just like, and then
I
I'll just
think
not, and then I'm like,
we
because
definitely
it's
played
just
it together at some point, but I played it again with my string orchestra Spawn and Palladio. Da, 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 da,
mm,
da, 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 da. And I used to hold my breath for the past bit.
I get that.
And also I guess I was concentrating so much on the timing to not come in at the wrong place and just hold my
Hmm.
breath. And we played it at Northampton School for Boys, like a part of like a National Youth Festival.
Yeah, yeah,
And I came off and I was like, fuck me! I felt like I
I
died.
you know when you get listen to just generally when you listen to music and it's like it gets like you can feel the tension building and like you
Yeah.
feel it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then that release is like, oh man, oh, it's crazy. I definitely get that with music and things. So I yeah, I know the feeling.
Just a quick sidetrack, you can like completely edit this out. But yeah, no, I just thought that was like a really random,
No, I
weird
enjoyed it.
moment.
I enjoyed it. Obviously, I've edited it out, but I enjoyed it.
Cool.
Nice. So yeah, most people said breathing out. By the way,
Yeah.
like 26 people, 63% said they prefer breathing out. And honestly, I'm with that. I just like, just those things. It's like because I do a lot of like breathing exercises for like, especially when I get
Do you?
anxious. I really, I try and I've like learned them over the years, like breathing, like just so there's like variations, but the one I always hear is like breathe in for like I don't know 4, so like count
Yeah.
4, hold it for 1, breathe out for 5, or something like that. It's like some variation on that, like for slightly longer stage or whatever, because it helps you like regulate your breath, like
Got you. Yeah, yeah, that makes
something,
sense.
and like you also you do it through your mouth and stuff. Like say like you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, because it just helps regulate things. So if you're having anxiety, I think it's something that really helps me. And various things like that. And I do like meditation things sometimes again to try and like calm, like especially during like high anxiety times. But yeah, it's like breathing out is just one of these things where it's like it sounds like weird and like hippie or whatever, I don't know. But like when you breathe out, it's just like, oh god, and you just like literally like if you're feeling tense and you just like let the tension go, it's it definitely feels better. So I yeah. But like I said, you gotta do both. You gotta do both. It's important. Breathe in and breathe out.
It's like a bad calm. Is it Calm Zone? What's the app?
Oh, there's a whole load of them. Yeah, like
gets
Calm, Headspace, all of these things.
That's it.
I think I should do one for Headspace because I could be like,
I
all right, how you doing? Welcome into this session. The guy who does it is really calm, and I'd be there like,
you feel like shit. So do I. Let's get on with it.
yeah, like, feel like shit. Well, let's do this, and at the end of it, we'll feel probably just as shit, but we'll think we feel better, and that's what matters. Let's go. Breathe in, and then you go for that.
One time breathing has actually worked for me, and I don't normally do like breathing exercises.
Did you say one time breathing has worked for me?
Yeah, basically.
Interesting. Okay. We'll dig into that another day.
Yeah, one time it worked well for me doing the breathing exercise was actually my driving test. So I was like panicking, and then I remembered I watched this YouTube video the day before about someone who gets anxiety when driving, and they were saying, you know, they just did deep breathing a lot throughout their test, and every time I got anxious, I started. And I thought she must think I'm a psycho. She must think I'm a psycho, but it worked. So
it does work. Also, I definitely think if you're doing a deep breathing, the like holding thing where you breathe in and just hold it for like a second. Yeah. There's something really useful at that because it forces you to stop going from like it forces you to instead like just break it up. And there's something about doing that just helps get some control back. It's really useful. It's really useful. I definitely recommend it. That's quite sweet, almost, wasn't it?
Yeah, and there was like some friendly advice in there. Yeah. Right.
Do you want me to give you something nice? Kat, I've got a question for you. Did you know that you're awesome?
Oh.
Because you have two options. It's either yes or no, but I do now. That's it. That's the question.
Yes, it just seems more basic to go with yes, so I'm gonna say yes.
I just felt like I was like, I'll put it in the middle, something nice that just like, because I was just like, if you filled this in and indulged me in this, you are awesome. So either you know that or you don't know that, but now you do because I've told you that you are.
Got you. That makes sense. That's a
it's a sweet thing, wasn't it? It was nice. It was a nice little thing I did.
It kind of gives me the ick though.
Do you say that gives you the ick?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's just like
For fuck's sake, I need to not give people the ick, Kat. This is not the time in my life to be getting this.
I think it's a me problem. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Well, I am worried about it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, what is it? What have I done here? Is it too cute for you?
Probably, yeah.
Have I been too cute? What should I have said? Did you know you're awesome? Yes. No, I hate my life.
I think if you put like, just so you know you don't suck. Like, you know. That's cute. Right. I've got issues.
Now I sound like a nice guy because I'm sat here like I'm trying to be a nice guy. Why don't you guys understand me? All right. Well, I apologize if I gave anyone the ick. Don't hold it against me, please. I am a nice guy, but not in that way. I can be a bastard too if you'd like it.
Yeah, we heard the first episode, Children on Leashes. Yeah, that was you.
Yeah, and I stand by it. Just until they've learned to be mature. Like, I'm saying that there are some people who should still be on a leash, and there are kids who the leash can be removed from very early on. In fact, if anything, there's a good way for me to start losing my shit and proving that I can be a bastard. Because the next question is very simple. I asked people, what did you think the least sexy name is? We got to talk about this, everyone. We gotta talk about this.
The least sexy name?
The least sexy name. Like, if he hasn't got the least sexy name. Cat. 4 people. 4 fuckers. Right? 4 people
Put Chris.
said Chris or Christopher. What's wrong with you people? Have you not seen this week after week? This right here, this is peak sexiness. You don't get sexier than this. It's untrue. I don't believe that at all. I won't lie to you. When the first one came in, I was like, oh, that's funny. The second one came in, I was like, is this my problem in life? Is this why I'll never find anyone and I'll spend the rest of my life alone?
Wow.
But I'm fine now.
Yeah.
Sorry,
feel
I
like
was just
that
thinking
a
about how I'm not
personal
fine
attack.
with this. I was also giving you an opportunity to try and like build me up again,
Chris,
but you didn't take
but
it.
the only thing is, I would say,
No, it's fine.
like, even though Chris is a basic name, like, sorry, the Payne family.
What?
What? No,
What is
it's
this?
a common name.
What is this this week? First of all, I gave you the ick. Secondly, I'm basic. What?
Sorry. Okay. No. Okay.
I'm out. I'm done. This is the
Chris
last episode.
is a common name, but it's not. It's like it doesn't create a strong enough like. If you think of the name Piers, that's like Piers Morgan. Like yikes. Like or we think So, but with Chris, it's not like an obtrusive name.
So what you're saying is that I need more Chris's to be out there as either a racist, a xenophobe, or a generally unpleasant human being.
Well, you've got Chris Hemsworth. So.
Well, yeah. So surely that should be evidence in favor of it not being.
Can I add a question? Chris or Liam?
Sorry, what?
Chris or Liam Hemsworth?
Oh God. Oh, that's a tough. Okay. Hang on. Let's conduct some research here. Live research. Here we go. I'm assuming you have an answer in mind.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Pierce and I disagree on this actually.
Oh, see, I know who I should say, but I don't want to say them. So you know what? I'm gonna. Yeah. You know what? Chris Hemsworth is the one I'm going for.
I think Liam.
Yeah, but I knew you would.
Everyone thinks Chris, but I think Liam.
I knew you would.
I think Chris is attractive, but like Liam is.
I could see it. I could see it happening.
Yeah.
I could see it. I knew it was gonna happen.
Sorry.
I mean, well, you know, there you go. So I mentally, I've been really scarred this week, and I just wanted everyone to know that you succeeded. I understand.
Oh, I've thought of the name. Like Chad.
Chad. Yeah, no one said Chad. Everyone's fine with Chad.
Chad or.
I'm absolutely fine. I want you to know. I'm doing fine. I'm gonna cry after the podcast.
What other names? Go on, enlighten me.
Well, I mean, there's other reasons that made it worse for me to swallow this pill. Only 2 people said Karen. Okay. And I'm like, you're telling me that Chris is less sexy than Karen? Karen. Literally the byword for like, I mean, I'm not, no offense to Karens out there, but obviously the name has been, you know, it's not great. I mean, okay. I mean, a lot more people did say Gertrude. 5 people said Gertrude, and I was like, understandable.
That's kind of a funny name.
One person said Hitler, which valid. Wasn't expecting it, but valid. Someone said, and I quite like the answer. William, 17th member of the House of Billiam, either that or Frederick.
Oh, I don't mind Frederick, but I think it's just a bit poncy.
Oh. Boogerface McBoogerbutt. Chantal, as in like
Chantel,
like with the A's in there, if that makes sense.
Like,
let me write it down.
Wasn't there someone at school? I swear there was. Oh fuck! Oh, I clicked on the wrong person.
You got this. I believe in you.
Okay, no, okay, yeah. We had a few Chantels at school. I don't know if we had a Chantal.
No, I don't think we did. One person said Derek. I was like, all right.
Derek. Oh my
Just the one
god, I had
person.
a swimming teacher called Derek.
Oh.
Um,
And
he
was
was a PE teacher.
was he a sexy guy or
No.
no? Connor. One
Oh
person
yeah,
said Connor. I
Connor.
was like, yeah, fair,
I get
fair,
that.
fair. Edgar, Nigel, Ethel.
Ethel. Oh, Pierce's grandma was called Ethel. That's just mean.
Oh, but Chris wasn't mean. Chris wasn't mean. You were fine with Chris.
I mean, she's
Fine,
dead,
yeah.
so like, don't hate on the dead, okay?
I am hating. Ermintrude.
Okay, these are all like
Gareth.
really
Gareth was on there.
Gareth. Yeah, no,
Helga.
Gareth is Helga. I
Harold.
don't mind Helga. I feel like I know a Helga.
Maud. Nigel again. Paul. Paul is out. Sorry to any Pauls out there.
Yeah, Paul,
Um,
little baby Paul. Although, Paul Rudd has at least like brought back a little bit of the goodness for the name Paul.
yeah. Pogo. Potato Waffle.
Brilliant.
Ronald.
Yeah,
Full stop. Someone just put full
brilliant.
stop in there. NA. So there you
Brilliant.
go. Leopold. Maud.
Leopold, that's a
John.
little bit specific.
John's in there. Someone's got an issue with John. Sorry to any
I
Johns out there.
Yeah, I don't
Gerald.
see the need
Did I
to
say
hate on the
Gerald?
John.
That's in there. Dick. Ironically, Dick is not a sexy name apparently. Bad luck. Ronald. Which again, yeah, I see it. Are they? I don't know. Ron Weasley, yay or nay?
Yeah, not really the most attractive. I don't know. I don't
Understandable.
mind the name Ronnie though. Like Ronnie's kind of cute, but
Are you
what?
familiar with the Ronnie Pickering meme?
No.
I'll send it to you afterwards. You'll love it.
Okay.
And also, a friend of mine who goes by the name Schniffle online, someone has said, Schniffle got him. He will take forever to catch up in podcast, and I won't remember this. So, Schniffle,
Brilliant.
if you're listening, apparently your name is still Sexy. But that's fine. So most people thought that Chris was, and Kat didn't jump to defend me. So gave people the ick, and now I have Lisa again. You're not nothing from you, nothing. You got time here. You want to make me feel better.
I like you, and you do the name Chris, proud. It's just,
Yeah.
You redeem.
Yeah, you.
I just don't.
No, it's fine. No, I refuse to continue talking about this. I've got the ick. I've got the ick from you right now. All right.
I don't think it's not a sexy name. I don't think it's like an ugly name. Yeah. But I don't think it's a sexy name. I think it's just
drink a Kool-Aid after this. I'm gonna have to call the doctors and up my search.
What did you seriously expect me to? Oh, Chris is a sexy name.
Well, you could have said it for my sake. I mean, if people had said
so you want me to lie?
No, Cat is a sexy name. I would have gone for that for you. I would have taken the hit.
It's not a cat. Isn't really sexy name.
I would have said it for you, right? I would have defended you.
Okay.
I want you to know that.
Okay.
I
would rather you be truthful than to lie to me.
Well, you can change your mind. I'll give you enough. You can right now. You can abandon your truth-telling nature, and you.
I'm not weak. I'm not a weak human. I'm a truthful person.
You can lie. I don't care. You can lie to me. I'm fine with that.
No, I don't. I was gonna say I don't like you enough to lie to you.
Yeah, well, I don't like me enough after this.
Like you too much
after this survey, I don't like me enough anymore.
Aww, little baby Chris.
Yes, I know. Anyway, moving on. Unrelated to this. You have a new toilet roll. Okay.
Oh,
and
no.
you're gonna put it in a toilet roll holder. Now, which way round? To be clear, this is one of the ones where you like.
On a wall.
Yeah, it's on a wall, and like you're putting it in, so like. It's
either under or over.
Yeah. Over or under? Which one are you going for?
Over.
37 people. 90% of people said over. 4 people said under.
Why under? Because then you've got to get it off. You then have to pull it on its. That doesn't
Mm.
make any sense. You
It's
can then
odd,
lean
right?
on it to.
It's odd.
Yeah, that's just more
This is the same
difficult.
thing from earlier, but I think
Is
this
this
is
like a
weirder.
left-handed thing? Like it's easy. I don't.
Maybe. Oh,
Follow-up question.
that could be. If you answered under, are you also left-handed? Let us know.
I thought you were gonna like wait for a reply. Then I was like,
In some ways I was, but then I was like, well, I'd be here all week waiting for a reply, so I was surprised. I was like, oh, some people would go under. I didn't really feel it that strongly, but I mean, it just seems obvious that you would put it over. So anyway,
yeah.
moving on from that one to the real. This was like the first question I think. No, this was the second question I came up with. How many unread phone notifications are too
Oh,
many?
don't even. This is people call me out for this all the time.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like you to know that 39% of people, 16 people, said any more than two is already too many. This survey has been a personal attack on me in every way, and it continues to be so. Because let's look at my phone right this second, okay? Now, here's a question. On Android, it sometimes like groups notifications together.
Okay.
So, for example, if you have more than 3 notifications from an app, it would like put them into one category, but also then you can
Right.
open it up and there's a. So, would you count that as one or 3 in that situation?
Mm, probably three, because I guess it's like, yeah, because it's still multiple notifications. Like,
Oh, in that case, this number is very, very bad for me. Um.
you've worked it out.
Oh no! Okay, well, I want you to know that because you told me that that counts. Okay. I want everyone to brace. I currently have 66 unread notifications on my phone. In my defense, okay. Now, in my defense, a lot of those, for example, I've started playing Candy Crush recently. That's the
Oh,
level my
what's
life's
wrong
got
with
to.
you?
I've got back into Candy Crush and I'm loving it. It's great. It's relaxing. Anyway, 6 of them are from Candy Crush and various bullshit things that I don't care about in life. But there are quite a high proportion. Anyway, 66. Any live reaction from you? What are your thoughts?
Well, my reaction wasn't that like I wasn't that. I was sort of surprised with how low it was, if I'm honest, because
Oh,
like,
I feel
right,
validated. Yeah, I forgive
my
you for the ick thing now.
okay, thank you. So my no, this is so bad. I don't know if I can. I don't think there's anything personal on here.
Oh, you're gonna show it to the thing? Jesus Christ!
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna have
don't.
to
You
deal
can't.
with blur filters now. Fuck's sake.
Actually, I don't think you can really see. Anyway, so I'll just read out. But basically,
Hmm.
my text messages.
Hmm.
I've got 165 unread text messages. And just to give you an idea, so Domino's, Just Park, which is like a parking
Yes.
app, my phone
Yes.
company,
Mm-hmm.
uh, VW,
Mm.
Hermes,
Mm.
voicemail, GP
Mm-hmm.
surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my stepmom, my father-in-law.
Interesting.
So
Interesting. You put those ones in as well. Good. All right.
UK PowerNet when we had a power cut, like
Oh yeah.
Tesco, yeah, just
Mm.
like
I have
you
that, but
know,
those are in my email rather than my text messages. But yeah, I feel the same.
got you. And then on my, it says that I've cleared through my Gmail, so I'm a bit confused why. I think I have about 3 or 4 Gmail accounts, like some to do with the band. I've got a Gmail account with uni. I've
Mm.
got like a personal one. I've got a few Gmail accounts basically. I've got one for the wedding.
Mm.
So that says 2058, but I don't like have. I think I have about 100 in my like normal Gmail account because I cleared through it. did let it get a bit
Can
ropey, and
I
then
can I also just say I just checked my emails, and I want to bear in mind that this is just like my main email, which is, you know, you sign up to a lot of things in life. Everything needs an email address, which means that everyone is prone to send you a lot of spam. Anyway, I had 3,000 unread emails in my Gmail.
3,000.
3,000, yeah.
And is that like your main, or is that like, do you have a spam? I have a spam email account. So if like I know I'm signing up to something that is going to send me a billion emails, I log in
Mm.
with my spam email. So
Let me
yeah.
let me tell you. Let me put it like this. I can tell you for a fact that if I was to search in here PayPal, a lot of them would just be, "Hi Chris, you've
Oh,
sent a
okay.
payment to so and so." Hi Chris,
Got you.
so on and so on. Or like sometimes you buy something from a website through PayPal, and so the website
Yeah.
sends you an email and PayPal sends you an email, and I don't read it because I know what I just did. Um, but I
Yeah,
also
yeah, yeah, exactly. No,
I
that's
can't be, you can't even
why.
be bothered to face dealing with it. So I'm like, and here's some here, like your Amazon order has been placed. Your Amazon order has been dispatched. Your Amazon order will be arriving today. Your Amazon order has been delivered. And I'm like, I could probably turn those off and stop it emailing me so much, but I see BA. So that's me.
Yeah, no, totally agree. What have other people said?
I think between us we've actually given people some kind of aneurysm there. Like there are
Oh,
people out here who are like hands must be like shaking right now, going, why does he have so many unread emails? Doesn't he know? 10 people said 5 is too many, which
5 is too many.
I get it, but also obviously it doesn't help me in any way. One person said 10 was too many, but I'm with the 14 people who said you can never have enough. These people
Yeah,
are my people.
I
I'm
get
with
that.
you.
I was
Why
like,
should
look,
we be forced to clear our notifications for the 39% who can't handle it? You know what? I say do it more. Leave it there. It's the same
but
thing as the tabs for me. I have to have, like, if I swipe away the message things because I'm not going to reply right this second, you'll never hear back from me again.
yeah,
You don't
yeah, I
understand
get
this.
that.
If I swipe away
Like,
your message because I'm not replying to it right then, and I'm not replying to it right then because I've got things going on, you will never, ever get a reply. And you think it's bad waiting a little while for a reply? You will never get one because I will just forget.
brilliant.
Do you want to take that risk? I don't either.
That makes sense.
Some people would say, why don't you just reply to a message at the time? And to those people, I say, well, there are certain things that get in the way.
Like
Um,
driving.
Driving, sleeping, taking a shit, um, eating, various bodily functions. All these things are going to get in the way. Um, all of those things together. Sometimes you can't be bothered. Sometimes it's not the right time to do it. Sometimes you're working. There's a whole reason why you might not be easily contactable at that moment. And you've just got to accept that rather than demanding that I respond to all messages instantly.
Brilliant.
It feels like this week I've really gone for a personal attack on people. I want you to know that I love you all. Apart from the 4 people who, you know what you did.
Yes, you do. Sorry, someone beeped at the gate, and I don't think no one ever answers the gate other than me. So I'm going to see what happens.
No,
Um,
good. I'm proud of you.
what's
Well,
what's
so
your
there's
next
that.
question?
The last
Is that
one,
it?
the
Okay.
last one was possibly a controversial question. Now, to be clear, I'd like to open this by saying, I think ultimately it's your choice what you have on there. Okay, but I said no one will know who you are, not even me, and I refuse to attach this to any. I'm not gonna use the like. I'm not gonna connect this back and work out who you are. Let's get it out of the way. Is it okay to have pineapple on pizza?
Oh, yeah,
Kat,
I'm
what did you
totally
say?
fine. So, I'm actually slightly allergic to pineapple. Like,
Okay,
I think if I had explained this before, like if I have raw
possibly.
pineapple, it's
Hmm.
like a skin allergy. It's not like
Do you
it's
get
not
the
gonna
thing
do
where
anything.
you get that like tingle, not tingling in your mouth, but like I know people have had it where they have it and like their lips and things get like really
Yeah, so I get
irritated.
I get red bumps, like little red bumps, and it
Yeah.
makes my lips swell. But it's not like if I eat it, if it's cooked, it doesn't do that. So it's something to do with the acidity.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So, but I still, despite that, like I don't put pineapple on my pizza. However, I have had it and it's nice. It's just not something I go for. But I don't have a strong opinion about it.
All right. Well, people often do have a strong opinion, so it's interesting to see this. What do you think? Um, okay, let's say the percentage of people who said no. What do you think the percentage of people who said no is?
I want to say 60%,
All right.
maybe 70.
20% of people said no.
No way. So
80% of people,
people's
technically
for it.
81 if we're rounding out, to be fair.
Okay. Oh, that's
81%
good.
of people said yes, it is okay.
Oh, well, that's good.
Okay?
Why do people? Yeah.
So this is the thing. I wonder if I'd said, I can't test this, if I'd said, I will know who you are, whether they would have said, oh, no, it's not okay. I've done a little bit of like side like research here. First of all, the Hawaiian pizza apparently came from Canada. Fun fact.
That makes sense.
Not from Hawaii, just to be clear. And apparently there was a poll done a few years ago, and it found that 82% of people liked pineapple, but only 53% liked pineapple on the pizza.
Weird.
29% of people said they hated it, and 12% of people said they disliked it a little bit. But to be honest with you, it's not as hated, apparently,
Yeah.
as people say it is. Now, obviously you can't count this. This survey is not scientific in any way, at all.
Yeah.
But I just found it interesting that it's only 33 people said yes, it's fine. 8 people said no.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is like whether you like it or not is not really the thing. It's just
it's whether
do
you
you
think
it's
it's
okay?
socially acceptable.
I don't care. I really
Yeah.
don't. I mean, I like pineapple on pizza. I'll have it if it's on there. I'll eat. I'm not going to necessarily go out of my way to have it on there. But if it's on there, I'm like, fine, I'll eat it.
A similar thing is like my nan used to make me like tuna sandwiches and
Yeah.
Wait, is that right? No, it couldn't be right because I didn't eat fish then. Was it tuna? I don't know. I'm just gonna say tuna because.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a situation like this where most people like it. But then, if you're eating it at like school, everyone's like, tuna, and like, why would you do it? It's like, well, you would eat it, so why do you care that I'm eating it? And I get that it's like a bit of a smelly one. Someone was on a train the other day, and Pierce and I felt a bit car sick, like travel sick for some reason. I think it's just really stuffy.
You two are terrible at traveling.
Honestly, and we travel like all the fucking time.
I know, like for like a tour, a Bandwidth tour. This is not a great.
It's not. Yeah, he's for some reason the electric car triggers him. And I've been better in the electric car.
Oh yeah, you said about this.
Yeah, I can go on my phone a little bit and stuff like to do directions without feeling sick.
Damn.
I don't know if that's because like I've just built up some sort of immunity with having like anti-sickness tablets or something. But
maybe.
Anyway, yeah, so we were feeling a bit queasy on the tube, and this family of 3 started eating some sort of pasta, but like it had the strongest smell, and Pierce was like, "Don't even talk about it." He just looked at me like, "Don't even address it. It stinks." So
there's something about that when you're like in like an atmosphere you're already feeling like ugh.
Yeah.
The last thing you want is someone to be eating something like that.
Smelly food, yeah. No, I know, I get that, but like at the same time, like if they were, I'm not gonna go and confront them and be like, "Why the fuck are you eating?"
No. Like, and like in a school or something, like it's not that, but like it's a pretty open area. Like if someone's eating tuna, I'm not really gonna care.
Sit somewhere else, yeah. Or like it might have been skips. I think I used to have skips and be like, "Oh, that's my." Oh, people when they have quavers. I'm not a big fan of quavers. I don't mind them, but like that's another one that people would be like funny about.
Yeah, I just don't really. I don't care. I found it interesting. I was like, every time you mention pineapple, everyone's like, "You can't have pineapple on pizza," and I'm like, well, apparently most people who we asked don't care. So
Yeah.
maybe it's
So
not
according
really.
to the world's
I mean,
largest podcast research, fuck off.
it was just an interesting one. I was expecting it to be like 90% of people are like, no, it's not okay and you're disgusting, and I was like, well, most people don't seem to care actually. So sorry.
Lol.
It's an interesting one. It was an interesting one. I
I
found that
really
quite
enjoyed that. That was quite therapeutic.
that was quite an interesting one. So yeah, that was the first question I had in my mind. That was the first question. The main thing was the second one. But I was just like, let's see where it goes. So thanks
I
everyone for
think
taking part. I enjoyed it.
it's inspired me for like I don't know whether to say it on the podcast or not, but maybe an activity we could do next week.
Oh sweet lord.
I don't know if we've done something similar, but you can edit this out if you want. But I was thinking, oh,
Yeah.
check us
Obviously,
out.
again, I've edited it out, so no one knows what's coming down the line. But
Oi oi, yeah, no, that would be fun.
oh, guys, you got so much fun to look forward to. Well, I enjoyed that. I thought it was nice. You know, the world is like I said, there's a lot going on in the world. But I enjoyed that. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I developed an eye twitch like halfway through the episode, and I don't really
That's
know
probably
why.
when I gave you the ick, to be honest. You're probably twitching at that.
You know, your eye gets really heavy, but I'm not tired, and it just keeps like I feel like it's hard for me to keep it open, but just the one eye. So
I was
yeah,
talking to someone about this the other day. Apparently, it's not. Well, I don't know if it's true in all cases. Someone said to me, it's never as noticeable as you think it is.
oh okay.
You're
So
more
I've
aware
just
of it
outed
than you
myself
think you are.
for-
Now, I don't know how true that is because I don't really look at my own eye twitching. And likewise, I
You
might
have
look at your video and then
yeah.
break out in laughter and have to tell you, Kat, you look like you're having some kind of moment. But we'll find out. We'll find out in the edit. You know, that's a fun little game for people to play. If you've been watching it, if you've been listening to it, head over to YouTube and watch it and see what happens.
Brilliant.
Sorry, I don't mean to make your life a game. It's just that it seems like a good opportunity.
So after no, I look deadly serious, and I needed to like correct my facial expression so people don't think I'm like.
Also,
That's so
I
bad
want
for
you
that.
to know that I, whilst editing, realised what you were talking about the last time we recorded with the arm thing.
Yeah.
Because
that
I
was
was
so
like,
funny.
I don't know if you watched the I don't know if I made it into a clip or not.
Yeah. I
Like,
watched the clip. Yeah.
The thing, and I was just like, are you like, is this, do you not
So
get it? Are you
insane.
like mocking me? I don't
Yeah. And then you realise I
then
was doing the same
when
thing.
I watched you doing it and I watched your face as you realised that, I was like,
It was genuine. Like, can you see me? What the fuck? Like, why are we so in sync? It freaks me out. If I'm honest.
I loved it. It made me laugh. So I enjoyed it. Thank you. But yes. Anyway, we will. It's been good to be back.
And we will hopefully be back sooner than what we
sooner
were.
rather than later. Then again, this might you might never hear from us again. Who knows?
Let's break up the band.
That was a bit of a dark. No, I don't like leaving it on that.
No.
You will see us again. We're not going
Chris
anywhere.
is a sexy name. Pineapple is okay on pizza, and the Hemsworth brothers are sexy as well.
Yes. Also, you can have as many unread phone notifications as you want.
Bazinga, don't know.
Bazinga.
No.
Thanks, Sheldon.
Okay. Should we just do it?
Do what? Bazinga?
No, bye. That's our thing.
I don't know
What's
what you
wrong
were
with
going
you?
for. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Jesus Christ.